EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The punter and kickoff man, Sam Martin, to get us started. And we are underway from Zuppy. Yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Don't say nothing.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing, offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, Orbit.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early 2nd down and long. Throwing is Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to go down again. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. 10.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
50. Check, hey, Charlie.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone.
5.
Hey, check mine. Watch 55.
Watch the run. He's coming. Double up.
He's coming. Like 7.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99. Watch twitch. Watch twitch.
They run, Cook, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Run. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Andrew Sendejo from his strong safety spot able to make the play. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3-quarter pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? When are they headed for the home stretch is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to Week 17, I believe. believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Alert! Check safety, check.
Hey, Mike 7.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Throwing again. Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. That one covers 29 yards. First down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. But it's going to be second down.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Here we go.
Second and 10, Stafford again. This is caught, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Third down, Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 30. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Bailey's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 5-0!
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
40 guys. Middle.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Tighten up. Stick down. Check 32.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. And this is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They run. It's Johnson, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Carry on Johnson turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35.
When we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Cook.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. They'll run on 1st down. Cook down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 22, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Get ready.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Zebra. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
No. Watch twist. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check 31.
53. Ready.
From the 50, it's Stafford. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Big 20.
40's mine. Cut. Mike 40. Check. He's coming. I know he ain't got it. Check.
To throw again. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Omaha, ready, move. Hey, echo.
54. Mike 54. Here we go. Right there. 54, right there.
Alert.
54, Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. So that'll back them up 5. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's caught with a 3rd and 2. A big play, 3rd and 2. This crowd dying for a stop. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Here's Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
How to score a touchdown, 2-point conversion, how to go up.
On 1st down, it's Cook. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Down to the nitty-gritty, y'all. Just make something happen.
Good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Now Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. 3rd down here. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, over. Wide.
They'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Stafford going to throw it. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. You got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. It's complete to Diggs. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
A gain of 34 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Get hot! 180! Hey, we're good, we're good. Black.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch out.
Lance 50. Listen to me.
Check back 40. Check.
Quaker on the hop.
Put him on the buses.
Black.
Put that team on the bus.
Wait, that.
One last shot now for Cousins. That's going to be caught.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.